takes a journey to tame the wild. The one bound by ground and sky, and the one whose boundaries can be found only in the mind. Hitting the target starts with setting your sights on a trophy whose value comes in the journey. When the horizon seems infinite, but your possibilities even greater. An expedition that requires running to the elements, not away. Because in each of us lives a hunter, and in every hunter, an athlete. Run2Gun.
Run2Gun is brought to you exclusively by Gun Up the Magazine. Welcome to Run2Gun, where hunting meets athletics. I'm Jordan Miller. Being a homegrown South Dakota boy, pheasant season is very important to me and a tradition I hold dearly. Unlike my archery season, where it's very secluded, the pheasant season allows me to get out with my family and friends and enjoy the fellowship of the outdoors with many of them at one time. Rooster! When we come back, I'm going to take you right out to day one of our pheasant hunt out in central South Dakota. And then I'm going to take you through a routine to teach you how to properly stretch so you can hunt continually for multiple days and reduce soreness. You're watching Run2Gun. Well, we're about ready to take off. We're going to work this little draw with our dog Razlo. This is my buddy Jared, all the way out from Hill City today. He's the best shot here probably, so I'd probably keep the camera close to him. Buddy, I don't know. And of course we got my little brother Matthew with us too. We can shoot a lot of birds today. I think we're gonna get into it. It's a little windy, but I have a good feeling, so stay with us. You're watching Run2Gun TV.
This is about where we decided this is what you were gonna do with your life, wasn't it?
I think so. I think we decided this.
When we were done with track, oh my god, this sucks. Good shape.
I know it. He is? He is? Oh, the buck? Yeah. That's all. Jared, you want to work up this then?
Yeah, you come across, come up.
Pretty awesome fall day out today, man. Just worked our first draw. Nothing yet, but we're gonna work up over to a Milo field.
I think they'll be in there still. It's still early in the day. Probably feeding a little bit yet.
I think you're right. Let's hope so.
Get them later when they come back in the grass to roost.
Definitely. All right, we're gonna hit up this Milo field. I think it's looking good. What do you think, man? Yes, I do. Top of that. Another empty draw around the Milo here, but you know, we had that late nasty storm last winter, back in April I think it was, and it did do a pretty big toll on the birds here in South Dakota, but we'll keep working. We got another couple really good draws we're hoping to bust some birds out of, so we'll keep working for them. Good. Step in there, Matthew. Or don't.
Saw a whole bunch of hens.
Yeah, what was that? Eight or something probably?
Yeah.
Jared, be ready? A lot of birds got up out of there, mostly hens, only about a couple roosters. Only the one that I missed was in shooting range. Always a rush though, blew the shot, but always a rush. About step on a hen down there?
Yeah, I about had to change my drawers. Kind of startled me a bit.
I heard it get up, I looked past you, I saw you jump back and go, woo! Knew it must have been a hen because you didn't shoot.
Yeah.
Only what, like 4 roosters out of there?
There was a bunch come out of
on the other side. Was there?
I didn't know if that was ours or not, so I didn't shoot over there.
Yeah. I shot right over top of that one twice.
I'm
just right over
hoping
top.
this thing's batteries died before my shots, cause
you're running right now. Uh-oh! Running misses!
I'm betting I didn't follow through.
Oh well. At least we got into them a little bit right there.
Yeah.
You know, I knew there'd be them right on this bowl right here. There always is.
Yeah.
Every time. They actually didn't get out too far ahead of us. I mean, those most of the time right
behind us.
Right. Yeah. Your feet are getting tangled up in it as you're walking through, so it's I'm glad we've been hitting the workouts the way we have been.
You know, it's even, you know, focus on that form when you're doing those workouts. You know, you don't understand how much of an actual, you know, those squats come in just perfect when you're doing those right form. That's exactly how you're walking through this stuff.
That's exactly right. The high steps that we do, the box step ups that we do, totally play into a key on what we're doing here. So I mean, it's not like our heart rate is super jacked when we're doing this. We're walking, you know, a steady pace. We're taking frequent breaks, but by the end of the day, it's about having positive memories, and we're not going to be sore at the end of the day. We're going to be feeling good, so we can do this several days in a row without being worn out. And that's the whole point of this. It's not always about being able to run a marathon. It's about being able to enjoy and have a positive memory, whatever we do. That's pretty sweet seeing Rezel work like that, but he was on that first. I'll put you up, Rezel. Put him up. There you go, boy. Good boy. Good boy. Fetch him up, Rezel. Fetch him up. Come on. Hey, fetch. Well, knocked down a pretty bird here. That is a nice South Dakota ringneck pheasant there. Don't have much for tail feathers to show you, but got one down here. It's been tough hunting. We've walked solid 2 miles of pretty solid creek already today, and we worked pretty hard. We've seen a couple pockets of birds, but mainly hens, which is a good sign for the low numbers. So we'll keep working them. We got a few little draws left to hit, so stay with us. When we come back, day 2 of our upland game hunt in central South Dakota. But first, I'll take you through that stretching routine to help you reduce soreness. Today, I want to take you through a method of stretching called static stretching. Now, I'm going to show you 3 different ways to stretch that will hit commonly sore areas after a full day out in the field hiking. The first one is a hip flexor stretch targeting the front of the leg and the hip. So as we're getting down into position, the right leg is going to be forward, just hitting a 90-degree angle, almost like our lunge, and the back toe will be up on the floor. Now, this leg is not going to have any weight or pressure into it. We're going to be thinking about putting the weight and the pressure into the front of the left leg and the hip. So once we're pushing down and forward towards the floor, you're going to squeeze and engage your glutes forward, and right away you're going to feel this targeted area light up. Now, this area gets really sore after a full day hiking and lifting your knees up over top of rocks, boulders, and just walking up and down hills. So a great area to stretch out to prevent that tightness the next morning when you wake up. You're going to hold for 30 seconds and switch legs. Again, 90 degrees, back toe is up, pushing forward into the hip. This leg does not have any weight put into it, and then squeezing and rolling the butt cheeks tight and forward. Right into our next stretch. Another common area that you're sore in after a full day of hiking is the hamstrings and the calves, a common complaint. So I always pack along a physical therapy band. Weighs 2 ounces, throw it in my pack. I can stretch out in the field if I have a cramp, but most importantly, if I don't have a partner to help me stretch out at the end of the day, use this as my partner. So I'm hitting the floor, and I'm gonna wrap around the toes. So I just wrap around the toes once, make sure it's nice and tight. I'm laying back. Now, I'm putting all the pressure here into the hamstring, and then once I pull down on the toe, hits my calves here. So I'm starting off light. I'm not pulling too hard at first. I'm gonna hit a couple sets of this. So I'm pulling nice and firm. I'm trying to keep my knee pushed forward. I don't wanna bend here. Keep the knee pushed forward. That activates and stretches the hamstring and the calf, and keeps the range of motion in my legs to a full range of motion, so I can bend my knees up. I can get over top of down timber, jump over creeks, whatever I need to do to keep that flexibility. Again, both sides training. I'm gonna hold for 30 seconds each side, and I'm gonna go through that routine 2 or 3 times to make sure I'm properly stretched so I'm not sore the next day. Now, the last stretch I have for you today is a stretch to stretch the glute. So I'm popping forward. I can go right into this from my hamstring stretch. I want to keep a 90-degree angle here. If my left leg is forward, I'm stretching my left glute. So I'm just popping up into a comfortable position. If you don't have the flexibility to keep a 90 yet, that's okay. It can be bent back. But I can keep a 90, and right away I can feel that pressure into the side of my glute here, and I'm trying to stay nice and tall throughout the stretch. I'm breathing throughout the stretch, holding for 30 seconds again. I'm gonna train both sides. This is stretching the parafemoris or the glute muscle. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna hit both sides. Now, if that's too advanced for you, or you're sore, you get back to work after a weekend of hunting, and you're sore the next Monday out, and you're sitting in your office chair, you can do the stretch up in your office chair as well. Cross the leg just like if you're on the floor, you're getting that 90-degree angle. Now, once you're here, you're just gonna drive the up knee to the floor, and you're gonna lean forward, directing your weight of your upper body right into that knee. Again, you're gonna feel that stretch in that left glute. We'll show you the right side here. My right side's my little tighter side. You can kind of see how I'm having trouble already pushing this down. Stretching it out, I'm pushing the right knee down, and I'm leaning forward into this right knee right away. Feeling that in the hip flexor, glute all the way up. Throw these stretches in after every day of your hunt, and you're gonna find yourself a little less sore than your buddies and having a little more energy in the upcoming days. Stretching is so often overlooked, but is one of the most important factors in health and fitness. It reduces tightness, keeps the muscles lengthened, and promotes faster recovery time. Now, when we come back, we finish our second day out in the field in central South Dakota with a couple in-the-field wagers. Run2Gun is brought to you exclusively by Gun Up the Magazine. Mud Mile Communications. Grand Lake Lodge, Colorado. Max Muscle Sports Nutrition. Fitness 19, Sioux Falls, where you can afford to get fit. Range Country, Murdo, South Dakota. Fellowship of Christian Sportsmen Plus. DoGooders.com, where we do dog poo. Forte Bluetooth speakers. You can learn more at fortespeakers.com. Welcome back to Run2Gun. We just showed you how to target some stretches after your hunt to prevent soreness and injury. Now, let's have some fun on our last day of bird hunting. So hey, loser 10 burpees. And then hey, end of the day, who doesn't shoot the most birds, 30 push-ups.
I can't imagine mud getting big.
Let's get Younger involved in this bet. So if me and you both hit our first shots, cameraman does 10 burpees.
No. I don't even know what a burpee is.
Oh, you'll catch on.
I didn't think about that. I didn't either. I was like, it's hanging in the wind.
Yeah, why not shoot? Who cares?
Guess what that means?
Somebody's got 10 burpees.
That means that I'm not shooting bullets. These are all blank.
Well, Jared just missed the first. I think the rule was we made a little bet. Guy who missed the first bird, whoever missed first, had to do 30 push-ups. So Jared just missed a loner grouse randomly. So he's getting ready for 30. I'll count him out. He's military. He's good at this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, oh yeah, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 10, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Oh my gosh. He obviously trains. 30 push-ups like it's nothing. He trains with Run2Gun. What do you expect? Rooster! God. Load up, load up, load up. There's 30 push-ups.
Yo, Razzle, come. 30
push-ups for the miss, huh? Fetch, Razzle! Fetch! Hey, Jared! That's 30 burpees! Or 10 burpees, sorry.
Just helped me up and on. Normally I didn't.
There we go. Got into one here. Good little redemption after that last miss. We get into a few more.
Bouncing off these trees.
Hey, is that 20?
Huh?
Is that 20 now?
Yeah.
No, it's push-ups. Push-ups were for the misses, right?
Yeah, but I had another 10 for
the
final count.
Sorry, I owe push-ups too for the miss.
Someone's got to do burpees.
I got push-ups, he's got burpees.
Damn it!
Go back to the truck and get these burpees and push-ups done, huh? Well, we just finished up our second day of our upland game hunt here in central South Dakota. We're close to Midland. We knocked down one more bird today. We got one yesterday. I mean, not as many birds as we're used to seeing. Our bird count here in South Dakota is down roughly 62%, but that's not always why we come out. We enjoy the fellowship of it. We enjoy the physical aspect of the hunt. And obviously, I still miss. We could have came away with a couple more birds. I missed a couple. I mean, you missed a couple.
I missed a couple.
But hey, tell us what your dad always said.
You know, he always told me growing up, if you're guaranteed to get something every time you go out, they'd call it shopping, not hunting.
Right there.
Yeah, Jared. That's what I'm talking about.
Be ready, be ready.
Good shot, dude. Well, we just finished up shooting our wrap up for the upland game segment. Driving down the road to our property here, saw a little grouse in there, we jumped out. Jared just put an awesome shot on him. So hey, you ended your weekend a little bit better, not on a miss, on a hit. So
here we go.
Awesome.
Ready for next one.
We had a great weekend spending time with good family and friends. Now, we only knocked down a couple birds, but at the end of the day, that was the least important factor of the weekend. Make sure to tune in next week as we join my wife Amy and her training program as she prepares to fill her West River buck tag. You will not want to miss this hunt.
Because in each of us lives a hunter, and in every hunter, an athlete. Run2Gun.